Hades 2 just dropped after over a year in early access, and man, it is good to be back. The godlike roguelike returns in the form of an absolutely banging sequel, which to no surprise is unabashedly incredible. Now, I usually cover VR games, but when Hades 2 version 1.0 hit the store page today, I remembered I had some early access footage already. So consider this a special detour. Hades 2 flips the script on us. This time, we're not breaking out of the underworld, we're breaking in. Our protagonist is Melinoe, sister to Zagreus and daughter to Persephone and Hades. When she was a baby, her rat bastard grandpa Kronos, Titan of Time, emerged from Tartarus, captured her family, and now rules the underworld. And yeah, calling a grandpa a rat bastard feels weird, but I mean, if the toga fits. Years later, under the tutelage of Hecate, goddess of witchcraft, Melinoe sets out to kick the ever-living shit out of hell, which is pretty metal. And speaking of, welcome back to one of my favorite game composers, Darren Korb. Oh my god, the soundtrack is amazing. We are so back. In comparison to the first game's rebellious motifs, Hades 2 takes a much darker, desperate tone. Zagreus was simply striking back at his father before, but Melinoe has lost her family and her home, both of which she never even had the time to get to know. The soundtrack and the atmosphere are haunting, dangerous, vengeful. The underworld itself has turned into a graveyard. The stakes here feel much higher than they ever did before, and in a way, for players of the first game, it's kind of personal. Mel is out of her depth, which is why she's going to need all of the help she can get. The allies she has and the individuals she meets expand the rich conversational nature of Hades, giving us all we loved from the first game and more. I don't even want to start talking about how much dialogue there is. Yeah, you thought Hades was expansive? Yeah, you got another one coming, pal. But all that moodiness doesn't mean much if the game doesn't play right, and thankfully it does. If you've played Hades, you'll feel right at home here. It's still that roguelike loop of fight, die, power up, and try again, but Hades 2 leans heavier into magic and witchcraft. Melinoe is much more spellcaster than brawler, and as much as I'll miss Zag's twin fists of Malphon, Mel's arsenal it's really cool. She gains access to arcana that changes the state of each run, familiars to help her when she needs it, and uses witchcraft to enhance or alter different parts of the world state. That of which is expansive, and more than you think, that's all I'm gonna say about that. The amount of new stuff for this game is astounding. New weapons, new enemies, new areas, new gods to disappoint, and believe me, you don't want to do that. And for those worried, it still respects the first game by and large. Not only are the connections to the lore impeccably tight, we have some returning characters, and there's space too for those who just want to run out there swinging like Zagreus. My personal favorite weapons are the Sister Blades, Lim and Oros, a twin dagger situation, which now that I'm saying it, it's just my brain's way to compensate for the fists of Malphon, but look, there's something for everybody. What's crazy is that even during early access, it already felt like a full game, and today's launch just piles on more polish. The areas are beautiful, the enemies are punishing, and the characters are... well, you know, it's familiar enough to scratch the Hades itch, but different enough to feel fresh. And yeah, it's still a game about dying repeatedly until you don't, but that's why we love it, and personally, I've never been happier to do it. So yeah, Hades 2 is here, and it's gorgeous, and it's brutal, and it's probably gonna eat my free time. I have to finish Silksong first though, so I guess we'll see who wins. If you're playing it too, let me know down in the comments what your favorite weapon is, and why is it not Lim and Oros, you coward? Alright, that's my 2 cents, and don't worry, I'll be back in VR this time next week. If you're interested, subscribe to help me keep this little thing going, huh? But otherwise, thank you for stopping by. This channel's about sharing the best parts of gaming, whether that's VR gems, roguelikes, or whatever else catches my eye long enough for me to ramble about. If you're here for the ride, welcome aboard. All this and more on Cosmic FM. Later, Spacers.